Hey, Matt Man's back. This is my old HP ProBook 4540S laptop computer. It was my main go-to computer since 2016 right up to last year. Did some research. There's no real market or resale value for it or really any of the components. So I'm going to feel free to scrap out this computer and figure out how much gold is in it. Go ahead and close this. We'll flip that over. So start with the battery pack. There's tiny little bits of gold in there, especially in this connection here, because that's gold connector. Whenever you have gold, you got gold on gold. But these things aren't really worth going in there. There's probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 9 small batteries in this. You could bust them out and take out all the connections. There might be a little bit there. Really what I'm going to do is just throw them in a box and bring it over to the hazardous disposal place in town here. So we'll get rid of that. I'm going to go ahead and turn this around. That comes off nice and neat. Get rid of that. Now we got here, this is the RAM. We're just going to go ahead and take that out right away. Where are you? Go. So this RAM stick has tiny little gold fingers on it, both sides. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 flat packs on it. There's gold in all of that. And I'll have to look at it closer, but there's probably some MLCCs and some resistors on there. We'll check that out later. Keep that. This goes away. So this is an aluminum heat sink. So we're going to pull that out. One thing about scrapping, you never have to worry about putting it back together again. So it can kind of be a little destructive. Not magnetic. Well, let the process this further and get that magnetic piece out of there. Otherwise, that's a nice piece of sheet aluminum. Nice copper bar. That's part of the heat sink system. That's the fan. So we're going to go ahead and so that's the big IC is under there. All right. See if I can get this plate off here. So the adage goes, if you see a screw, pull it out. Doesn't seem to be loosening anything up here though. May have to get medieval on its ass. Moving right along, we're going to get this cooling fan out. A little bit of copper in there. I have a whole bunch of these, so do something with that later. Look at that. Screws are magnetic. Not the plate though. We'll have fun with that later. Now, there's the money right there. Okay, I discovered that there hide some screws under these plastic pieces here. I'll try to get in close so you can see that. See in there, little star screw. Little star. This is the CD drive. Won't open without power. Play with that later. Well, I guess that's why this thing didn't work very well. Look at all the dust in there. Wow. Alright, here is the keyboard part. Set that aside. So if we can get that separated from the screen. I just pried this loose by just prying that on the hinges there, and it came right off. Go ahead and snip that, and we're getting closer. Alright, so this is the keyboard end. Now, on the other side of this keyboard is a pad that has silver on it. We're going to want that pad. Also under here, the reader is going to be gold. So we want to get under this. Now, on here, where did you go? There you are. Was this ribbon I took out. And that's all gold on the ends of this. So there's gold on those connections. Put you over there. We'll take you out first. Alright. It's a nice piece. Uh-oh. Got stripped. No problem. Alright, I wonder what's in these. Look at you later. Now this is the one that'll have the gold in the lattice of it. I don't know how you come out of there though. So I did get this busted off, so I'm just gonna there we go. Again, we'll deal with that later. It's probably glued on there with an epoxy. Put that over there. Now this is just popping, these rivets just pop out. Magnetic. But the rivets are not magnetic. Go. It's just a piece of plastic. So this film is why we tore this apart. All these lines on here are silver, and then every one of these dots correspond to a key, and when the key bottom touches that, it sends the impulse. So there's, you know, not a lot of silver there, but you collect them up and you see what you can get. All right, throw that over there. What is that? That's a piece of aluminum. Dirty. That's part of the silver too, I think. Piece of aluminum with a little bit of magnetic on them. I'll decide if I want to play with that later or not. Save the letters and numbers. You never know when you can have some fun with them. Alright, last piece and best piece. Get this motherboard out of here. Here's the CPU. Now, there's going to be gold pins in this whole housing here. There's going to be gold pins in here where the RAM connects. Let's see what we got here. Got that, another one. Not as good, but it's got a gold corner on it. Gold pins in there. Gold pins in there. All right. Clean this up. Okay, let's wrap this up. This is going to be the tear down part of the process. Before I go on and recap, I'd like to ask you all to subscribe. I need your help. I do realize this is a variety channel, and I do different things, mostly coins, but I want to do all kinds of different stuff. So it'll all be on playlists. So if you like what you see, go to the playlist and you can see more of the same. Alright, this is what we got left here. Here is speakers. Those are going to be just trash. Throw that in there. This is all plastic. Just throw that in the recycle container. This is the battery pack and the display. I'm just going to bring both those over to the hazardous waste disposal place here in town. And this is what we got left here. We got the components. I'm going to tear those up next time. We got the wires. Get the little bit of stuff off of there. Nice motherboard, nice CPU. Depopulate that. And there's a little over 3 ounces of aluminum there. I cleaned it all up. We'll call that 10 cents. And we got that's aluminum here. Got that little bit of nice copper. It's number 2 because it's dirty. So we'll call that another 20 cents. So we'll say 30 cents altogether for the little bit of metal there. So the next one will be tearing all of this stuff up and boiling it down, seeing what we end up with. I hope you join me then. Until then, Matt Man's out.